Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. As you all know, my name is Gloria and I'm based in the United Kingdom. Thank you to all my lovely followers who follow my channel, share my videos, like my videos. You guys are the real VVIPs, okay? Today I'll be giving a shout out to Grace Food. She's sponsoring this video today. She deals on all African food stuff. If you want to buy your African food stuff and you want her to ship it to any country where you are, anywhere in the world, she does that, and her prices are amazing, okay? So just tell her that you are from Malachi Mobiles TV and you get a discount from her. So let's dive on today's video. All right, today I've got a special guest on our channel. Her name, she's going to introduce herself and where she's from. Today we're going to be talking about her experience and how she finds the United Kingdom compared to when she came from Nigeria. So Elizabeth, please could you introduce yourself to my lovely family?
My name is Elizabeth Ujo Ubenaya. Also residing here in the UK. I'm from Nigeria and I came from the south, which is Delta State. And basically I'm here just to share my experience on how it is here and how it is way back in Nigeria. That's just it.
All right, so she's from Delta State and she'll also be telling us how she experienced the United Kingdom, how she feels, and what is the difference from what she knows and how she has experienced in the United Kingdom and in Nigeria. So Elizabeth, please, would you like to tell us what was your job in Nigeria before relocating to the United Kingdom?
All right, I studied office management in Yabatek, and also I was working as an admin in a Lebanese international school at Yaba. I was the admin. You know what admin does? Typing, answering calls, recording, bookkeeping, and also imputing exams results to upload on the school page, for students to be able to have access also to check in their results. And that was basically what I was doing in Nigeria, and I was paying very okay. So that's just it.
All right, thank you for sharing that.
Okay.
So how long have you been in the United Kingdom?
I'll say going to 2 years. Going to 2 years here in the United Kingdom, and the atmosphere, it's okay.
All right, like so the weather in Nigeria and here in the UK, how do you feel it? How do you compare?
The weather in Nigeria, to me, the weather in Nigeria, my opinion, the weather in Nigeria is way better because there's always, we have 3 weathers there. We have the dry and the rainy season, and also when I want to put in 3, I would say we have the Harmattan, we have the sunny days, and we also have the raining days. So it might be compared to 2 or 3, but still yet Nigerian weather to me is the best in the sense whereby you walk, you burn out some metabolisms, and you also take in some vitamins as well, which the sun gives.
Yes.
But way back here, the weather is always, you can tell that the weather is always from the beginning of the year to the end it's always cold. Even when the sun comes out, it's not really heating. You still feel that cold if you don't apply cream or moisturize your body properly. You'll be having some skin irritations or some allergies or some, so you just need to moisturize your skin on a daily basis,
and also take
vitamin D's and some collagen and to support your body. When you know the vitamins your body is actually lacking, then you just have to find it and actually start taking it, because the weather here won't give you the vitamins your body needs. You might be having migraine for a long period of time and some other things.
Okay, and I would like to drop a disclaimer here. Okay. I'm not a medical doctor. We are just sharing based on what we know. before you take any vitamins, please consult your GP or your doctor before you take anything. All right, Elizabeth, thank you for sharing.
All right.
I would like to ask, when you arrived to the United Kingdom,
Okay.
how long did it take you to settle in? Like settle in this sense of how long did you get accommodation, and how long were you able to secure a job, and what kind of job do you do? So could you share that experience with us, please?
All right, getting here. Before getting here, my idea was when I get here, less than a month, I'll get a good paying job. I'll retain the same job position here by applying for an admin and everything. But UK hit me so deep. All right,
Everybody experienced that.
My getting here, it took me a long time, a while before I understand that I need to gain some other experiences, like applying for some educational background, like some educational that will back up what I was doing and every other thing. So my first 2 months here, I was finding it difficult to get into a well-paying job or apply into a well-paying job, because I don't really understand their system. It's not like Nigeria, when you know that, okay, yes, this job, you just drop in your CV, your certificate, your BSc, whatever, you just put everything out there, and when they see your match, they'll just call you for an interview. But yeah, it's no. You have to download an Indeed app, and also some other job sites you need to download. That one. Now, after downloading that, you need to also update your Indeed profile. Because let's say, for instance, I want to dive into an admin. I have to do an extra courses online, get the certificate. You get letting them know that, okay, I was actually doing this particular job there, and this is a certificate that I did there. I did.
But you need to get the training.
Yeah, you have to undergo some training. I have to apply to go undergo some trainings, and also update everything, telling them that I'm a right match for the job. Yes. Then if every other company is coming in, I need to now apply. When applying, they will now see me. They will see me, get my emails and everything. Then they will now send me an email. Okay, then when will I be convenient for them to reschedule me for an interview? Then I'll let them know. Then they'll get back to me before an interview will be set, either visually or one-to-one, which is orally. So I didn't really get that. So my first 2, 3, 4 months, it was hell here in the UK. I was not saying, how is people doing it? I was trying to get more information. Also trying to get information if you have families, if you have friends that are in the UK. You just need to call them to ask for an advice, because definitely if you think you're coming here a month and you're getting the job, that means there's something you actually knew about the country and you actually followed up that line for you to get that job. But if not, my dear, you're gonna be here 6 months, no job. So that's just the issue.
Elizabeth, thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. And please, guys, like this video, share, subscribe, follow, share this video. Please share it, because somebody out there might just need it. Sure. So Elizabeth, what's your advice for anyone who just arrived in the UK? What is the first thing they need to do?
For me, first thing first, you need to make sure you get your apartment and also register.
For apartment, it's hard to get house for the first time. Like when we moved in, it took like 2 months, because sometimes the agencies will want your job contract, will want some bank contract, and you don't have all those things at hand. So it's only if you're very lucky. So most times securing accommodation for first immigrant, it is always challenging. To be honest, it is always challenging, but we move. So sorry, you can continue.
So you get your apartment, because why I said the apartment, because when you go register at the GP, they'll ask you they will need the document to know that you are actually a resident in that particular postcode or that apartment you actually share to them. So they'll need that. That's one. Why I said the GP is because you might likely fall sick. Yeah. Our body changes due to new environment and every other thing. So definitely you're likely, it's not everyone though, but you're likely to fall ill. So you have to register for your GP. Secondly, you need to register online banking, because that's where you do your transactions and every other thing you need to get, probably personally or probably job like or probably home appliances and things like that. So you just need to open an online bank. There are so many online banks you need to open, so you could decide to open one or two for yourself.
Okay.
That's just it.
All right. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. And again, I would like you to talk about the environment here in the UK compared to Nigeria. When I mean environment in terms of food, water, road, explain to us, what do you think or how do you feel the environment
environment is okay because and the roads actually link. So the roads are well structured and it's very okay. You could use your Google Map to like find out anywhere you're actually going to, and without getting missing. You can't use that in Nigeria. Google Map might try to take you to somewhere. The Google Map is very active, it works.
There are many apps you can use as a first timer to navigate your way around. The best app for me that I use here is Waze, WAZE. It is way easy and very well detailed, to navigate. So if you need to use any app at all for driving, for finding any location, or using it for finding a postcode, I would recommend Waze. All right.
So the road structure is okay. And in terms of the environment is cool. It's chilling. You don't get to hear noises of children moving around and everything. So it's just going to be a very quiet environment.
It's clean
and it's very clean. We used to like very noisy environment. Where you say, neighbor, hey, how you doing? You don't trespass. You don't do that.
Your neighbor, how long do you see your neighbor?
I hardly see them. I hardly see them. If I get to see them today being Tuesday, the next time I'm going to see them probably it's going to be 3 or 4 months later. I'm like, hey, did you travel? And it's just work. Everybody's busy, definitely. So when you see people around, you don't wave at them because you don't know them. So you just stare and focus on where you're heading to. That's just the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I would want you to please tell us what are the kind of things you should avoid as a new immigrant that you will not get into trouble.
What you likely to avoid. See, they don't write things in people's foreheads, so people are likely to get into trouble. Even your fellow blacks are likely to get into trouble. Your fellow blacks from any other country, any African country, are likely to get into trouble. The white here are actually likely to get into trouble. So you can't be too careful, and you can't be too that's the word I'm looking for, but I can't find it. You can't be too careful or carefree. So just when you get here, know the kind of friends you hang out with. Be yourself, be honest, leave the rest to God. And I feel the sky's your limit. Definitely you'll get to where you're heading to.
Thank you. I'm talk about food now. Do you miss your African food, or is there a particular thing that you miss that you think is not in the UK?
This question is not meant to be asked. Definitely your mother's tongue, your mother's food. Why won't you? But good thing here is that we have African market where you could get to just what you need to buy basically, and there is also the fish market where you could get your kote, your titles, whatever fish you need to make your meal sumptuous.
So the price
for food here, to me, I think is more cheaper, easy to get, and also
that's the price of food stuff
is affordable. Yes, unlike way back
Nigeria.
home it's quite expensive. Yeah,
Okay.
I could decide to get chicken and chips for just £2 or £3 here, which is if I'm to convert the rate, then the money here it's okay here.
It's okay because you are
because
here.
you're here, yeah. So, but when you convert the money, you're likely to say, "Oh, you're spending more or something." So, to me,
So
but the money, so don't convert. Just enjoy your money, enjoy your time. If you need to send home good, you do that. But food here is cheaper way back in Nigeria. Honestly, it is. You could see a bread for 40 pence or 45 pence. In Nigeria, your agege bread now is now. I had this 1.5 going to 2,000. So, the food here is okay and cheaper. That's just it.
Okay, all right. Now we're going to be talking. Have you have any experience with the health system, like their services, compared to Nigeria?
I've had. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't mean to be biased or something, but the health system here, they need to do more. I'm sorry to say, but because due to my experience where I was pregnant, then the way they attend to people was not too okay for me. I was told you need to get to some point before you could go for undergo a scan and some other things. I don't think it should be. When your patient says something is not right with them, they need you to please do that. Don't say because it's your rules, it's your doctor. The patient might be right that something is wrong. You need to just check. Okay, you just need to wait till one certain time. If baby waiting till that particular time, your patient passed on, what will you say? That's negligence. So for me, the way they attend to people here, it's not, for me, it's not too okay. It's only when it becomes that serious and delicate. They see it's very delicate.
But the system for me, I think it's better than from Nigeria because I don't know, everybody with their own
everybody has different opinion and experience. But my experience,
Yes.
my first experience here was not okay.
Okay.
When you're talking to somebody that you really need this to be done, they'll tell you, you have to wait some time for these things. But way back in Nigeria, you could just make your payment and do the yes, that's your medical.
Me, I had a very good experience, So it depends anyway. It depends on who is handling
your case.
And so
because there are different doctors.
Yes, different doctors and different experiences. Okay, all right. So we'll be talking about rent here. Rent compared to where you are coming from.
Oh my God!
How is it? What do you tell people? What do they expect?
Okay, what I'll tell you, a brief and short, is rent here is quite high way back in Nigeria because we pay monthly. Nigeria we pay yearly per annum.
Yes,
we pay
that's
monthly.
true.
That's one. Two is you're seeing what you're paying for. Whatever you're paying for, you're seeing in Nigeria. You pay, you're not seeing what you're paying for.
Right.
Three is the month is, if it's on the 25th that you're making those payments. Those many payments you should keep up to it because you have what they call the bank. What are they calling that in? When if you
direct debit.
No, aside direct debits, your bank you have credit score. Sorry. So once it's 25th, just make sure you make your payment so that your
don't
credit
miss
score
payment.
don't miss payment. So that your credit score is going to be high. That credit score enables you to get loan and every other thing if they know that yes, you're always meeting to their target and point every month. But Nigeria, they don't have such a thing. If you want to go get loan,
the credit score, if your credit score is good, you're eligible to get mortgage.
You're
able to get loan for car.
Things, yes.
So paying your bills early is the best.
So I'll tell you for a certain, if I do the conversion rate in payment for a house, I pay rently. Let's say I pay 600 for instance. That is, if I'm to approximate it or convert the rate, that's going to be 1,200,000. So I'm paying 1,200,000 for just a one bedroom. So you can manage every month. If you miss it, this is not Nigeria where you'll be telling your landlord, are you okay? Are you this? Are you that? Are you there's no exchange of word. They will just tell you to please come and throw your things out that you debtor. and that's going to definitely spoil your credit score.
Yes.
You won't be able to get things that you actually plan to get in future, or probably if you had the intention of getting a loan, you won't be able to get that. So that's just it.
That's true.
So,
that's true. Well, that one is actually, I want to add more to it, because when you are getting a house, your agency, where they will be charging you every month based on the date you put for your direct debit. If it's on the first, every first, the money is deducted from your account.
Sure.
You know, and when you miss that, you miss it the first time, you miss it the second time, wow, meaning your credit score will go down, and people will not be able to lend you, bank will not be able to lend you money or give you mortgage to buy a house. Okay, so always make sure that you have a full-time job, even if it's a part-time job, but make sure you don't miss your payment. All right. So what's another thing, like another bill that you think that is not, you're not understanding, that you pay for in the UK? Let's say with the council tax. Well, the council tax for me it's okay, because the council tax help for waste.
I'm not. Let me come in. The council tax is okay, but when you're having more than one job, because you're having a one job, or you plan to have more than one job, because you feel okay, if the tax is eating up your money, you'll be able to cover.
You're missing. I'm not saying the tax. Okay. I'm saying council tax now.
Oh, council tax generally, yeah.
Yes, council tax, that the people that's in charge of taking your bins. Council
tax, I think it's everybody, both citizen and non-citizen. It's important to you're liable to make payment to pay for your tax, and they're going to be deducting it every month. Okay. So you don't have to escape it. It's everybody, immigrants, non-immigrants, you got to pay your tax.
Okay.
And you're seeing what the tax, you're seeing what they're doing with it. Unlike way back home, I'm not seeing what I'm doing with my tax.
Okay.
They're just taking my money.
So we're going to talk about your tax that is being deducted from your salary. So do you want to say the tax is too much, or the tax is okay?
The tax is okay now, but when I was having 2 jobs, the tax was not okay. Honestly, I have to be honest about that. Okay. But now it's okay, because I'm back to 1 job.
Alright, okay. So you're advising people now not to do 2 jobs.
I'm not advising you not to do 2 jobs. So you alone knows why you're here. You alone know why you need to also or have more than 2 or 3 jobs. You alone know that. So I won't say for you, but I was only saying from my own experience. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Elizabeth, thank you so much for being on my channel. Thank you, I really appreciate. Okay, and you can join I think you have a TikTok channel.
I have a TikTok account
and a Facebook
account. Okay. I have my Facebook, Elizabeth Obenaya, is at Lisios, LIEZEOUS. Lisios. That's my TikTok. My Facebook is Elizabeth Obenaya. Yeah, so you get that.
Alright, so thank you guys for watching this video to the end. I really appreciate you all, and do not forget to buy your African food stuff from Grace Food. She ships worldwide. I'm going to drop a number and a link on this video,
and also don't forget to like, share,
comment. Alright, click on the share button
so
and put on your notification bell, so that whenever my video drops, you'll be notified and be the first lucky person to watch my channel. Thank you all, and see you on the next. Bye.